Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about basically so you want to be a mechanic. Here's some things that you should probably know and be aware of, and we should discuss a few of those things. We're going to go through the top 5 things I believe are the correct ones, um, and I'm going to give you probably a bonus at the end. So make sure you stay around for that. Like and subscribe, please, so that way we can continue these videos. If there's something that you agree with or disagree with, please leave a comment because, again, I'm open. This is my interpretation of what's going on, not necessarily what's happening for everybody or everybody's experience. So we'll go over that. We're going to start with schooling. So schooling and training is important. I mean, I'm biased. I am an instructor, but for me, it's important. I went to automotive school when I was younger. I learned a lot of valuable lessons there, a lot about how the machines operate, how things work, and that helped me further on through my career. While I didn't understand all of it initially, eventually it started all making sense. And once you have a practical application for the knowledge you're given, you have a place to put that. So um, now, whether it's formal schooling or an apprenticeship or something like that, those are all acceptable options for you. You can do any of those. Just you should have some type of training. It'll help you get your feet wet and get you started in the field. Um, Number two, deciding what type of mechanic you want to be. It's fairly important. So do you want to be an automotive mechanic, diesel mechanic? You want to work on equipment? Whatever it is, whatever field you want to go into, you should decide that early on. That way you can focus your knowledge and your training towards that aspect of the field. Um, for me, I'm biased. I'm a diesel guy, so you know I like diesel stuff a lot better. It makes more sense to me. We make more money generally. Equipment and diesel, they kind of go hand in hand. Um, we make more money, and it's a lot more relaxed of an atmosphere, I believe. Um, all right, number 3. It's not for everybody. Not everyone likes it. It's hot as hell in the winter, in the summertime. It's cold as hell in the wintertime. It's just, for the 3 or 4 months a year where the weather's nice, it's great. But again, it's not for everybody. You have to, have something in you that makes you want to do this. Um, it's pretty much, one of the most dirty fields you can be in. We get dirty all the time, greasy, filthy. It transfers to your cars, even though you try to be as clean as you can. Other things like that. So it does have its drawbacks. Um, let's see. Number 4. So you should have a path moving forward. So what do you want to do in the future? Do you want to get into management? Do you want to open your own shop? Or do you just want to be a tech forever? Um, those are 3 viable paths you can do. I would advise you to have a path moving forward because at some point, your body's not going to be able to continue to do the things that you're doing. So you should have an exit strategy. So whether it's I want to be in management. So if you want to be in management, then you should be taking business classes while you're a mechanic trying to learn these things. You should work on getting a degree. If you go to the right technical college, a lot of them will have a deal where if you take, let's say, your automotive and diesel program together, you can get an associate's degree. While you're a mechanic, it makes no sense. But once you move forward, then it's going to benefit you immensely because a lot of these positions moving up in the upper management require degrees, or at least it's going to give you a foot ahead of everybody else that doesn't have a degree. Let's see. If you want to do a shop, that's a great option for you. You can make tremendous amount of money doing it. A couple of things I'll caution you of is start saving as soon as you get in the field. As soon as you start working, you should be saving money towards your goal. Because whatever you think is going to be enough money to make that happen, you're going to want to double or triple that. Having been a business owner before and currently am, I've learned that lesson the hard way. It's like you're struggling for months and months and months, maybe even a year or two. So you're going to want to have enough financial cushion to make that viable for you. You don't want your business to fail before it even started just because of finances. And that's where a lot of people go wrong is they don't set aside enough financing to move forward. Let's see. And let's talk about ASEs and the testing. So ASEs are very important. If you're in the automotive field, they're absolutely vital. You tend to make more money by more certs you have. It gives you a lot more credibility. Does it make you a better mechanic? No, it just means you're good at taking tests. But that stuff looks good on paper, it looks good on your resume. It makes you look like you're a solid tech. You have to back that up physically in the shop afterwards, but it makes you look better on paper, which ends up making you more money in the long run. I'm going to do a whole video on ASE testing, strategies, things to do, things not to do. I'll go over the whole process. That way you fully understand exactly what's going on with it. Again, ASEs, they are difficult, but they're not impossible. It's a lot of just reading the questions carefully and understanding what you're reading. All right. Lastly, the bonus, we're going to talk about tools. So by investing in tools, you're investing into your trade. So for me, when I started, I didn't have a lot of money to start off with. I was young, broke, and dumb. So my money went to stupid cars, motorcycles, and junk that I didn't need. So I bought the set of tools I could afford. While I wanted the Snap-on and Mac and Matco, all the fancy stuff, it wasn't in my budget. So for me personally, I bought the cheapest tools that I could afford. That worked. Then moving forward, as I got raises and progressed in my career, made more money, I started slowly taking those tools and investing into quality tools. Because at the end of the day, tools are what makes your job happen. So the more comfortable your tools are, the easier they make your job, anything that makes your job faster, those are all beneficial tools. So eventually you're going to want to invest in the quality tools. Now, you might be the kind of person that's like, I don't give a shit. I'll work with Harbor Freight. It doesn't matter. Cool. If that's you, then do you. For me, though, I felt there's certain tools that I wanted to invest in. Like, I'm not a Snap-on fanboy by any means, but their ratchets and their screwdrivers and their pry bars, to me, are the best ones out there. I like those. I use them exclusively. Sockets don't matter. Wrenches, I prefer Snap-on wrenches. I like the way they feel in my hand. I like the way they are. So I have those as well. But battery tools, I would never buy a Snap-on component or Snap-on battery tool. Their warranties are shit. And you have to wait for a Snap-on person to come to your shop in order to replace your battery, or you got to order it online. Versus if I buy DeWalt or Milwaukee, I can go to any Home Depot, any Lowe's, any hardware store, and I can buy those batteries straight off the shelf and have them immediately. So to me, that's a benefit. Also, the cost. A DeWalt setup, I'm speaking of DeWalt because I'm a yellow guy. That's what I use. Please comment. Let me know what you use or what you prefer and why. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If you're a red person, you like Milwaukee, or you're a yellow guy, you like DeWalt. They're both well under the cost of a Snap-on unit. You can, in fact, buy the unit, charger, battery, and some additional batteries and still come in under what the Snap-on one is. While the Snap-on ones are okay, for me, I get more value from the DeWalt. The only caveat to that is I have a 1/4-inch Snap-on impact. It has a butterfly trigger, so with the trigger I go forward and reverse. I really like that for dashboards, small components. Excuse me. That works amazing. I love that thing for that. But it's got no power for anything else, so it's got a good use. I'm going to finish tooling with saying, basically, for me, if a tool's going to make my job faster so I can get that equipment out of my stall and a new one into my stall so I can make more money, I'm buying that. If it's a tool that makes my job more comfortable, I'm absolutely buying that. Because again, you're doing this all day long. You want tools to be as most comfortable in your hand and give you the most benefit as possible. I try to stay away from the fancy stuff, the gimmicky stuff, because typically it doesn't work, or you don't need it, or there's other ways to get around it. So the last thing I'll caution you with on tools is don't get into that Snap-on or Mac truck trap. So what I've seen a lot of people do in the shops is they'll go and they'll finance everything from Snap-on or from Mac, or a combination of them. They get under this trap where it says, oh, it's only $20 a week. You think, okay, $20 a week's not that much money. Then you buy the next thing. That's only $15 a week, and so on and so forth. Next thing you know, you're spending $300 a week just at the Snap-on truck, paying off the tools that you purchased. While that works for some people, for me, it wasn't really in the budget. And these people getting these traps where they're spending tremendous amounts of money at Snap-on every month just to pay their bills off. Then when they can't pay them, Snap-on repos their box, takes their shit, and now they're stuck without tools. That's dumb. Don't fall into that trap. Only purchase what you can afford. Um, I try to just, if I have to finance something where I need it right now and I don't have the money, cool, I'll finance it. The next month, I'll try paying it off, or I'll pay it off for the next 2 months. But I definitely don't want to get under that trap of owing them money, because it's just a trap. It compounds, it gets worse and worse. Um, Eventually get to a point in your career where your tool purchasing is mostly done. Now you're just buying stuff again that makes your job easier, or that, a new product comes out, there's a new way to do it, an easier way to do it. We'll move to that. But so those are all information. So again, please like and subscribe if you got any benefit from this video. Again, I'm going to continue more videos moving forward, so please like, subscribe, comment. That helps the channel immensely. The more people can get on board with that, the more videos I can produce, the more fun, cool shit I can do. So until next time, have a good one, have a cold one, and I'll see you again.